YouTube, what's up? It's been a minute. I want to talk about these Arcade1Up announcements, man. I was compelled to do a video on this for a couple of reasons. One, CES just made new announcements on the new Arcade1Up cabinets. And then two, the Arcade1Up community. I think a lot of these dudes complain way too much. Way too much. And if you listen to these dudes, they'll talk you out of some great products. They'll talk you right out of it. I'm going to start with RGT85. I'm going to start with the whole Simpsons arcade cabinet review that he did when the Simpsons came out with that. When Arcade1Up came out with the Simpsons cabinet. And he had made a particular complaint about the joystick of Homer Simpson and how you couldn't use it because of the way the button layout was on that cabinet. And he almost talked me out of it because I'm like, oh man. And the way he did it made it look so bad. Like the way he, I don't know. He made it look so bad, man. And when I said I'm going to get it anyway, I got it anyway. And it's nothing like how he said it. He over exaggerated it. And that's my thing about RGT85 is he will over like dramatize, how bad a product is when it's really not like that. He do it with Nintendo. He do it all the time. I don't know why. I don't know. Maybe it gets some views. Controversy sells. So maybe that's what it is. I don't know why he does that. But if you listen to people like him, they'll talk you out of some great stuff. He had another complaint about the CES announcements and the drops that's coming, where they're gonna do re-releases of the hit arcades. Mortal Kombat, Pac-Man, and some other ones. They re-releasing, right? And his complaint was they came out with these games already. Why do it again? Well, me personally, I'm going to buy another one of those Mortal Kombat arcades. I'm going to sell the one I got and get the new one when it comes out. Because I like the way that cabinet looks a lot better than the one I got. As a matter of fact, I had to do several mods to the cabinet to make it look closer to the original arcade. The one that's coming out right now looks like the original arcade. Looks a lot better. One of the draws with Arcade1Up is the aesthetics of the arcade. It's not just the games itself. It's not just the games itself. It is the art. The arcade, the art of the arcade, the way it looks, they make it look as close as to the original as possible. That's a win. I like it. Everybody, if you came up in my era, every kid wanted an arcade to put in their house. If you listen to a lot of these arcade dudes, they'll tell you that they always wanted to have these arcades in their own home because the arcade experience was the best gaming experience you can possibly get. It wasn't until PlayStation came out they actually killed the home arcade. PlayStation came out and killed the arcades at the arcades. They killed the arcades. PlayStation killed them, believe it or not. The biggest thing about the arcades back then was there was nothing that can replicate that experience. The sound, graphics, everything. The arcades was way too powerful. So when they make the home version of those arcade games, it's awful. They're awful. It wasn't until they got into the 16-bit era that it was starting to get a lot closer. But it still was no match to the original arcade until PlayStation came out. And that's when the PlayStation was powerful enough to run most of those arcade games at its original form. One in particular was Mortal Kombat 3. That was literally arcade perfect. At least I can't tell a difference. And if there is a difference, it's so close it don't even matter. So yeah, the draw of the home arcade market is actually having an arcade in your house. If you got a game room or whatever, I've seen plenty of YouTube videos where people show their man caves and have these Arcade1Ups in their room, and their stuff looks amazing. Game Mom 77, Michael B, Game Genie. It's a bunch of Cool Toy. It's a bunch of these dudes, man. Got amazing arcades, and it's a bunch of them. But that's the whole kick. Is you want the arcade experience like you used to have back in the day. That was awesome. The nostalgia. They selling you on the nostalgia. They selling you on the games itself, and they selling you on the cabinets itself. Because the cabinets is a draw too. I wouldn't want an arcade cabinet that didn't look like the original arcade. I wouldn't want it. That's the key. I'm planning on getting the Mortal Kombat 2 re-release with the new one that they just announced. And I hope they come out with a new Ninja Turtles one. Because if they come out with a new Ninja Turtle re-release with the original art, I'm getting it. That one right there. You see it? That. They come out with another version of that. It could be the same 2 games that are on there now. I'm going to get it. Those games is my childhood. All of those games that's in my background, that's my childhood. I still enjoy playing them. And they look amazing. The cabinets look amazing. Come on, man. People like to dramatize and sensationalize, drama and making stuff off. I don't get it. Like, if you have an opinion, that's one thing, but man, don't blow it out of proportion. You let these dudes talk you right out of an arcade. Talk you right out of them. Some are way too critical. Some of these dudes be looking for the exact arcade, like the exact replica, like Sandwall sticks. I want Sandwall. Come on, man, that's ridiculous. Come on. Where's the compromises here? You got to make some. You want all of that? Get a real arcade. If you could fit one in your house, come on. And RGT, he don't even got risers on his arcade. You want to listen to that guy? He don't even have risers. So what, he playing his arcades on his kneecaps? What is he doing? I just had to say it. I could not sit up and watch the complaints. The NFL Blitz one, they will talk you out of that. When they announced the NFL Blitz one, they trashed that arcade so bad, man. Oh, late hits. Bro, really? Late hits? Originally, you could only get one leg drop in before you had to go to the play call screen. So did it really matter that you can get but one leg drop? One body splash? Oh, I can't do late hits. It took the soul out of the game. Like, get out of here. Get out of here. That's trash, bro. They'll talk you right out of a great game, a great arcade. The arcade looks beautiful. The arcade art on it looks gorgeous. Everything. And I had to get one, and I got it. And I will be putting it together. And and doing my impressions on it, even though I already know what it is. I really don't have to tell you. They lying to you. And if you don't believe me that you can't do too much after the whistle with the late hits, pop in the original, pop in the PlayStation 1 version, pop in the N64 version of Blitz, and see how many times you could do a leg drop. And sometimes you can't even do it. You can't even do it every time. But they're taking the soul out of the game. The game is still fun. Blitz is still going to be fun. Come on, man. Don't listen to these arcade community dudes, a lot of these home arcade dudes, they'll talk you right out of it. Talking about the side art is bad and stuff on some of the arcades. Come on. People just be critiquing too much, in my opinion, but I had to say something about it. I think it's trash. Come on, home arcade community, do better, man. Get some cool products. You can't sit up and tell me you wouldn't want another version of of the old Mortal Kombat. You want a newer version, an updated version, a better screen, better controls, better design. The art looks a lot better, one flush look, just like the home arcade version. Come on, man. Come on. You can't sit up and tell me you wouldn't want that. Yeah, you would. People go back and buy the same things all over again if they make a better version of it. People do it all the time. If it's a better version, they go for it. Me personally, I am too. And I hope they come out with a new Ninja Turtles one. I hope they do it. I hope they re-release the original Ninja Turtle arcade, because I'm all over it if they do. Stop listening to those home arcade pessimists. Stop. They just doing it because it generate clicks and views. They're not telling you the truth. They're not an honest opinion. They're trashing stuff because it sounds good and it generate clicks. It talk you right out of a good product. RGT85 almost talked me out of the Simpsons cabinet. That is a great cabinet. Ain't nothing wrong with it. He plays his Arcade1Ups on his kneecaps. So don't listen to people like him because he plays without risers. Who in a right mind plays an Arcade1Up without a riser on it? A toddler? That's it. Rome, I'm gone.